every single day, talk about how excited they are because nothing draws a crowd like a crowd, guys. Nothing does. Like nothing. Like when we go anywhere, if you go somewhere, you see a long line, you're like, hey, what? Hey, like what are they doing? What are they selling over there? Why is that line so long? Same thing with the gym. You start posting about people that are joining, your members that are having success. People are going to be like, hey, what are they doing over there? I need to get involved in that.
You're an inspiration to our entire organization.
Welcome to the Gym Marketing Made Simple podcast. We're going to be talking the done-for-you marketing and sales strategies proven to work with boutique fitness gyms to increase quality lead flow and grow your revenue. Don't try to be a professional marketer and waste tons of money. Let the experts at Lasso do it for you. And now, here are your hosts, Blake Ruff and Sherman Merricks.
All right, guys, here we go. Another episode of Gym Marketing Made Simple with Sherman and Blake, guys. All right, so this week we are going to talk about why you need paid marketing, right? This is going to be a very informative episode. So I really want you guys to stop what you're doing, tune in, because we want to help you guys. Because everyone's not necessarily ready for paid marketing, but we do believe a lot of people are ready for paid marketing that aren't doing paid marketing. So we just want to start off with the whys, why you should be doing paid marketing, why we can help you and stuff like that. Blake, let's jump right into it.
Yeah, so we could either go two directions, why you need it to start with, or who would be a great candidate, right? I think that I should start there because I think this might be an episode that you're thinking about paid marketing and you could start it and then you'd be like, you could literally stop it at any point and be like, I'm not there yet. And then come back to it and be like, oh, I did that. Am I ready for the next step? Because we get on a lot of calls, honestly, and a lot of people are like, we respect your guys' time, but at the same time, we respect our own time. And we want people to hop on calls that are truly ready and not to have to tell people, hey, we don't think this is a great time for you. So if you listen to this podcast and you make it all the way to the end, there's a pretty good chance that we'd have a pretty good partnership and we do really well together. So I want to say the first thing that, and we covered this if you listen to the last episode. Number one, if you're about to shut down your business and you're worried your business is going under, paid marketing is not going to save it, right? Like we said in the last episode, pulling that lever, it could, but to count on it, and then to be honest, that's not our greatest client to take on, because if it doesn't work, then you feel like it's on us. So that's number one. You have to be in a good financial spot. What is a good financial spot? I mean, I would say minimum of 15K, more like 20 and above would probably be more ideal. But if you're pretty stable at 15 and have all your systems, maybe. But yeah, 20 and then 20K and above would be a really, really good spot. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, no, I would agree with that. I would agree with that. And, because here's the thing, we don't, we sort of ask that question when you fill out sort of our intake form application, just because we want to know where you are, guys. Right? We want to know where you are. So when we phrase this conversation, getting on the call, we can sort of know what you're thinking, what some of your goals are, because our conversations with the gym that's doing 20K is totally different. It's a totally different conversation. A gym that's starting with us and they're doing 50K, right? It's just different, right? But at times we have gyms that are doing 5K that reach out to us, and that's just not a good, you're just not doing enough revenue unless you are really trying to run this thing like a business. You're sort of removed from it. You have money set aside to grow this thing like 99% of the franchises do, right? We work with the franchises and they're spending money. They're spending a decent amount of money before day one, right? And I think that's one of the biggest differences that we've seen, Blake, by working with some of these franchises, that it's just a totally different mindset when they start off. It's not like, oh, I'm going to open this gym and Susie's going to join, and I'm going to get some people. A lot of these gyms, they're doing pre-sales, 3 to 4 months out. And they're just like, okay, I'm trying to get this thing going so that on day one I can have, 50 to 60 people, 50 to 60 paying clients, which is a beautiful thing. but it does take money up front before you even start making money.
Yeah, I think the asterisk to what I said about the revenue would be, say you have another full-time job and you treat this as just as an investment and to make an ROI on it. It's like you could be doing 10K, but you're just investing money in it and you're not taking anything from it yet, and you want to grow it, right? Because I look at 20K, and then that's like a 10% that you're setting aside for marketing, towards like paying for marketing, which 10% would be like a reasonable amount. Definitely. Another thing that you guys definitely need before you start doing paid marketing is to have your churn under control. Like if you're losing 10 to 20% of people, like we can't fix that. And nor like we're not here to fix that, if we're honest. Like we used to be business mentors. We're not in that game anymore. We're focused on your growth and your paid marketing. So like you might need to go get a mentor and figure out that problem. And because here's the thing, if you got a bucket and you got some holes in it, right? The water's dripping right now. We're just going to pour more water and it's just going to drip more. So you're not solving any problem that you actually have. So I truly believe like if we get on a call with you and you're like, yeah, we have 200 members, but we're losing 35 people a month. Well, you're going to be losing 40 people a month when you're with us because you haven't. That just means your experience, your coaching, or something is seriously wrong that you're losing that many people. You might just be really good at sales and you're really bad at retention. Who knows? But I think that's a huge thing as well. What else? What else would be one that would stop people from marketing?
I do believe that the retention piece is like a big one. Because like Blake said, we were mentors before, and obviously owning a gym for the combined 23 years that we have, and our team and all of that stuff. Like we know the gym, we can help you with some stuff. We will help you with some stuff, but our main thing is not to sort of coach you on all the systems and all of that stuff. That's why we love when we hear someone say, "Oh, I'm with such and such mentoring company," or "I just finished with them. I've been with them for a couple of years, but now I need to grow," because we know they have the system and stuff in place. Now, when we start helping them gain more traction, gain more members, they're actually going to be able to keep them and keep them long term, which will make them more successful, right? So yeah, like if you listen to this and you're currently with a mentoring company, you've been with them, feel like you have the systems in place, you need to grow, like we can help you, right? Because you have the systems in place. They can't help you because they're not marketing professionals like us.
Yeah, and I think there's 2 points to that, right? Like, imagine you're listening to this right now. Imagine you're working with a marketing company, right? And they're like, you tell the marketing company, "Hey, I just signed up," or "We see that you signed up 20 people." But like on the call, you're like, "Yeah, I'm only net 2." And we're like, "You just signed up 20 people. You lost 18. Like, that's not a problem. Like, we did our job, right? Like, at the end of the day, but you're still frustrated because your business isn't growing, but you're not fixing the right thing. Like, you actually well, I mean, there's a flip side of it. If you don't market, you're going to be net, like, I guess if your churn's really high, you're going to be losing people every month. So you might have to do something in the meantime, but it's something you should be fixing. But the other point that you brought up, Sherman, that I want to address as well, is there's a lot of mentor companies that like tell you don't need paid marketing. Because if I'm honest, I think it's the selfishness of they don't want you going anywhere else. And they're too worried that you're going to see growth and they end up not going to be able to keep you as a client, right? Where that's not really our goal. We want to work with your mentoring company to build on the systems and processes so that like we actually love working with people that have been with mentoring companies because they have the systems and they have the processes. So we just get to pour the gas on and be able to help you crush your gym. But once you hit like the 150 mark in like a mentor company, there's not much more that you can do. Should you have a mentor? 100%. But it's that mentor company kind of got you to the point because 150, like you're going to be losing at a good churn rate, like 7 to 8 a month, right? And
that's at a good churn rate.
Yeah,
That's
at
at a good
5%.
churn. Yeah.
Yeah, 10% would be 15, right? And this is what is exactly going to lead me into my next point, which is kind of my whole purpose of this. And because we get on calls and people are like, yeah, I'm losing 5%. Well, how many members you got? 150. So you're losing about 7 people a month. How many are you gaining? Well, 5 to 7. Okay, so you're basically in business to say net zero, right? What's the only thing that you can do to grow? You have to reach people outside of the people that are following you, right? Like if you're organic, every single month is a 7 and you're losing 7. Well, it's pretty simple. Like it's not rocket science. Like you got to do something different to get more. Like one of our coaches, Dave, who does 100K a month. You got to pull up more fishing lines. Don't throw the fishing pole. The fishing lines in the water. The more lines you have in, the more clients you get, right? And so I think that's a huge, huge thing is that people just don't talk about and they figure a way around it to make up some arbitrary number or bring a friend weeks and do them every month. That just, I don't know. It's a little mind blowing to me, but when it's just very simple, do paid marketing, you'll get more leads, which leads to more clients.
Yeah, no, I agree. You definitely hit the nail on the head. I agree with you with that because again, some of our best clients, some of our biggest clients, they had a mentor, they have a mentor, and we help them get things going, right? Like we pour gas on that flame that they already have. And then it's just a beautiful relationship, guys. So yeah, we want to see you grow. We don't have a scarcity mindset around here. We're not telling you don't have mentors. Have mentors. Mentors are great. We had mentors. Uh, we want to see you grow, right? We want to see the gym industry increase overall, and we know that we can help gyms gain more clients. So that's our end game for sure. Yeah.
And I think, a couple of questions that we always get, and if you're still listening to this, that was kind of my main point. I don't really have anything to add. I feel like I could just end the episode on that. If you're just not outbeating your churn rate, you're not growing and you have to do something different. Our average client, and this isn't a sales pitch, but people always ask well, how much does your average client make per month? And that's about $3,000 a month, right? In new revenue. But the other thing, we should add this in the beginning. You should not hire us if you're worried about getting an ROI month 1, right? If that's I have to get an ROI month 1, this doesn't work. This doesn't make sense if I don't, because this is an investment. Do most people get an ROI? Yeah, they do. But it shouldn't be something that I'm quitting after month 1 or 2 if it doesn't, right? Marketing is a long-term game, right? People always ask, when do I need to stop marketing? Never.
Yeah.
Right? Because just to build on the last point, say you get to 200 members, well, now you're not losing 7, you're losing 15 at a good churn rate. Well, now you need 18, right? We have people with 400 member gyms. That's 20 people a month if they have a 5% churn rate. They got to sign up 25 for it to be a decent month and only be net 5. So you never stop marketing because you grow and your churn rate's just going to be higher. Even as we grow at Lasso, our churn rate doesn't matter if we're 100 or 500 or whatever. It's still the same concept, no matter what business you're in. So the more that you grow, the more you need to pay on marketing. It's actually the opposite, right? You never stop because then people are well, what if I get to capacity? Well, you're going to be at capacity for maybe a month and then you're going to be down and then you need to go back up again. So I think that's one of the biggest things is that just beating your churn rate, because it's something that's inevitable. One of the best advice that a business mentor gave me is no client is ever going to stay forever and every client is going to cancel at some point. So if you go into the mindset that every one of these people is going to be gone at some point, I have to replace them, right? And we talked about on our last podcast, if you are focused on your members building your business through referral programs and bring a friend week, that is the worst business concept to ever have, because simply you're not in control of your business. Your clients are
Bang
in control
bang.
of this.
Shots fired
So,
again. That's Blake.
so I want to wake up every morning and see leads in my inbox and have people that I know I can sell to. I don't want to worry about, oh my gosh, Sherman, we're going to do a bring a friend week next week, but we only have 3 people so far. How do we get more people? How do we get all these people to bring a friend? Like, what do we need to offer? What do we need to do? Right? Like, I'm worried about them bringing people. Why don't I just bring in the people myself through paid marketing and get people in a lead funnel that works, that converts, that I control my own destiny, right? I would never, it blows my mind. It's like, and hopefully it's not like this, like, hey, I don't want to work hard, so I'm just going to ask my clients just to bring friends in, right? Like, I write emails every single day, every day. I've written, well, I guess technically not Saturday and Sunday, so every single day I am writing emails. So if you're not writing an email every day, you're not creating one post, you're not doing, like, when you do paid marketing, you don't stop doing those other things. You continue to do all those things, right? And so I think that's one of the huge things. Yeah, go ahead.
I think that's a question that we get sort of often as well. People are like, well, if I work with you guys, can I stop? Can I stop doing other stuff? And we tell them, no, like keep doing all of that. Like this is just an accelerator to what you're already doing. We want to have as many lines in the water as possible so that we can grow. But that sort of brings us to the next piece, Blake. Like, like I was talking about, I think it was a week or two ago on the episode where, hey, like we like to look at your previous, say, 4 months to see what type of data you were doing, right? And let's just say your data was 5, you averaged 5 new clients, you averaged $20,000 per month. And then you work with us, now you're averaging 10 new clients and your average is $26,000 per month. Guys, what we're not going to do, we're not going to get in the back and forth of this is an organic client, this is a paid client, because that's just not how this works, right? There are people like me. I am never going to click on an ad. I'm going to look at the ad and say, oh, okay, that looks pretty cool. Then I'm going to go to the website and I'm going to follow suit on the website. But you'll never, like, there's no way for you to know that without that ad, I wouldn't even known about your company. I would have never done business with you because I didn't follow the funnel through. So that's why we like to look at overall numbers. We don't get into the back and forth of, yes, it is increased from working with you guys over the last 6 months, but half of these people are organic and half of them are paid. No, guys, that is not it. That's not how it works. Like,
yeah, I was trying to think of an analogy with the gym. If somebody was like, well, yeah, I lost 10 pounds, but it really wasn't the gym. It was like I started walking more outside, right, or something like that. But I mean, to the main point, right? Like, imagine for 3 months you're getting like 3 new clients a month, and then the next month you get 9. Like, it's pretty clear something changed to get a net 6, right? And here's the thing: people are like, oh, well, Betty brought in her best friend. Well, Betty's friend might have saw the ad, said, I know Betty goes there. Betty, I just saw this ad. Yeah, you should come in with me, right? And then later on, Betty brought in Susan. Susan came technically from the ad. Susan referred somebody. Well, technically, you would have never got Susan's friend if Susan wouldn't have saw the ad, right? Like, you have to, like, it's like the gym is the only industry that thinks like this, right? Like, that they only think that, like, I have to count where every lead comes from. Like, no, like, you should know how the growth happens. And yeah, like, maybe e-commerce, okay? So, like, more to correct myself. Like, e-commerce, you can maybe ROAS that, like, they click through rate and then buy. But still, they're the same thing. Like, even e-commerce stores, I'll go back three weeks later and then buy it something on the website, right? Like, there's still no way to track that. So really what you're looking at is the net growth and the return on ad spend to your revenue, or not even your revenue, because the truth is, if you're losing a bunch of people, it doesn't really reflect it, right? It's on your new revenue, right? If I'm getting $2,000 every month, I do marketing, I'm getting $6,000 every month now. There's a $4,000 net growth there. And that, is due to marketing. I think, Sherman, the last thing to talk about that's really important that I feel like a lot of people miss is just like the compound effect.
Oh yeah, guys. So here's the thing: the compound effect of these members uh, is like it's really the game changer for the gyms that really understand it. So, for instance, let's just say that month one you get 4 new clients, right? You get 4 new clients, and let's say that they come in and you require them to do a 3 month commitment, only 3 months. So that is 4 new months, 200. Just say $200 a month. That's $800 the first month. Second month, exact same thing. Now it is $1,600. Third month, add another 800. Now it's $2,400 a month, right? It just sort of compounds, especially like we were talking about. If your churn rate is good, these people stick around for 12, 18, 24, 36 months. And then the people that they bring in who wouldn't have never been there, it just makes sense, guys, when you start running paid marketing to make sure that you're servicing these people very well, right? You're getting their results because now you're sort of just getting out in front of even more people because that member that came in off the ad that you didn't know, that they didn't know you, they have a whole network of people that they don't know, that you don't know, and then they can bring them in when you make them have big time success. Again, this is sort of off topic, guys, but when your members have big success, post about it on social media and tag them because they like it, their friends like it, and that's what gets you. Remember, we're just talking with a gym that's doing a pre-sale right now. So again, they're not even open. They've been doing pre-sale for about 3 months, but they have about 20-ish members, and they still have another 6-8 weeks before they open. They have about 20, and I was telling them, every single person that has joined on pre-sale, you need to post one of them every single day. Talk about how excited they are because nothing draws a crowd like a crowd, guys. Nothing does. Like nothing. Like when we go anywhere, if you go somewhere, you see a long line, you're like, "Hey, what? Hey, like what are they doing? What are they selling over there? Why is that line so long?" Same thing with the gym. You start posting about people that are joining, your members that are having success. People are going to be like, "Hey, what are they doing over there? I need to get involved in that." Blake.
I think the last thing is, so if you made it this far in the episode podcast and you're like, this actually sounds like a good fit for me, like you should probably book a call because we've had clients that have waited a year and then end up regretting waiting for 12 months and then grow the revenue. And I'm not guaranteeing, but we don't, and here's the other thing. Don't book a call with us and ask if we guarantee anything. No, we don't guarantee anything because we can't show up and sell for you, right? But do we have clients that 2-3x their revenue? 100%. So if you made it this far in the episode, like book a call with us, go to our website, lassoframework.com, book a call. We're not here to sell you, but if we're good fits, we'll definitely, well, let's be honest, we're here to make money. So yeah, we want you to sign up, but like, we're not going to overly sell you if you're like, it's not a hard sell. So yeah. And yeah, if we're here, if you guys want something like this, we're definitely here to help.
Yes, sir. All right, guys, we're going to get out of here. As always, tell a friend to tune in, and we will chat with you guys next week. All right.
Yeah. Thank you for listening to the Gym Marketing Made Simple podcast with Blake Ruff and Sherman Merricks. We hope you enjoyed. We believe marketing should increase revenue and not waste money. So book your free call today. Head on over to lassoframework.com. That's lassoframework.com and find the right words, get more customers, and increase your revenue. We'll see you here next time.